All right, we made it to the south shore, or the south part of Iceland and the south shore. When you look over there, you see the black beach. You're actually supposed to stay about 100 feet away from the water there. There's these tricky waves that can come in and sweep people away. But I like this view because we go from the ocean over here to the mountains. We're actually getting a little bit of blue sky after the nasty weather we've had the last day or two. Sweeping over this way. We just drove through that area and they're beautiful places with farms, sheep and horses, just great scenery. And then more of the black sand beaches along the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, I walked over right to the edge. There's no railing, so it's a little bit spooky. But that's quite a drop of several hundred feet to go down there. So I'm keeping back just a little bit. But there is the ocean coming in. You got your black sand beach. And again, as I mentioned before, they warn you to not get within 100 feet of the water down on that sand beach because of the tricky waves that can come in. It is a little bit nerve-wracking to be this close to the edge, but my goodness, the view is great. I'm going to take a walk over there. Looks like there's a lighthouse. We'll see how that goes. I failed to mention earlier when we got here the name. It's, I believe, Dyrholaey. Dyrholaey. There are puffins, which is kind of like the national bird of Iceland, that are here. And I'm just going to continue zooming around. Alright, just another angle. Some really stunning views. Again, just walked a little bit closer down, a little further down. Just stunning. Stunning view. I love the colors. The black sand, the green, the white, the blue sky. It's fantastic. Alright, I've come out to the very far end. Again, you're looking out into the Atlantic Ocean. And I believe the guidebook that we have said that this is the southernmost point of the island. The furthest south any part of the island sticks out. Famous archway that was created right there. I read in the guidebook that in 1993 someone actually flew a plane through that arch and made it. Then right behind that spot where I was just filming, right behind, you can see the lighthouse that sits up here. Being a lighthouse keeper would be a lonely job, but get you lots of good food and some heat might not be too bad. I walked down just a little bit further past the arch, or by the arch, and if I pan over to the east, you can see those rock formations that are out there. I believe the guidebook said they are called sea stacks. Sea stacks. You may have noticed the birds flying by. I'm not sure what all the species are, but they did say that there are puffins in the area as well. The bird that just flew by wouldn't be a puffin, they have more of a colorful beak. But there's a lot of birds nesting, as you can see over there. We traveled a little bit further down to the east, and a little closer to the ocean, and there you can see those arches over there. We were by just a little while ago. The big arch is a little harder to see, it's a little angled more out towards the ocean. But there we go. Pan around over here. Looks like maybe a storm might be coming in there. Boy, that is really dark sand. That might be the darkest black sand beach I've ever seen. Another view of those sea stacks. A little closer shot now. Looks like there's another little archway down there. And the coast gives away to the mountains. Again, I love the ocean, the black sand, the greenery of the hills, the white clouds, and the blue sky. They look great. We walk down a little closer, and here's a closer view of that black rock arch. Wonder how many more years that will be able to hold up. Hopefully quite a while. We shall see. Alright, this is about as far east as we could go. Walk to the end of a trail. Back over here. There we go. And just some of the little rock islands out there. I was filming from right there just a moment earlier.